when did you start gaming? Before I clicked record, it sounded like you recently became a gamer. Or have you been a gamer for a long time?
Oh my lord. No, I've been a gamer for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's see. My dad actually, he used to work maintenance for hotels, and sometimes they leave stuff. And one day they left a Sega Genesis behind, and so he brought it home, and I was able to play the Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I bet that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and ever since then I was always hooked. I mean, you pretty much most of the excuse me, pretty much most of the systems you name it, I've probably had it.
So, what I guess has been your favorite system to play on so far?
We have to go way back to the Sega Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast. You know,
That greatest system of all time.
that's the one console I want to play on a Dreamcast. I've only seen one. It was my uncle's. He had it like on a shelf. He said it was part of his collection. Wouldn't let any me or my brothers touch it. But I've always wanted to play a Dreamcast game. Hopefully one day before they all go extinct. I know there's not too many of them out there.
Yeah, I mean, they were honestly the Dreamcast itself. I think it failed because it was too far ahead of its time. I mean, it
You see
was the
that
first
happen.
one to have, yeah, it was the first one to have online features. It had a web browser in it. I mean, it was dial-up, so
Yeah, yeah.
it
So it's
wasn't
still
really
slow.
good. But still, I mean, it had all the bells and whistles that you could ask for. Statute of limitations is up, so I can say this now. It was very easy to rip video games. Oops.
Nope.
I
Nothing wrong with
may have
that.
downloaded a game or two.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, sometimes it's okay to sail the cyber seas.
Hey, when you're a broke kid, sometimes you got to make do.
Yeah, I mean, if they leave the back doors open, they leave them open.
Yeah, you
Not
could just
saying not
literally
saying
burn
I
a CD.
not saying I condone that, but it's just a thing that happens in our society in reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it sounded like no one really got you into gaming. Just your dad just happened to bring this home one day. Yeah, turned it on and just changed forever. Now it's Sonic.
Yeah, that was Sonic. I mean, before then it was board games really.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy against my dad because he would play Hero Quest, which
Here,
is like a board game version of Dungeons and Dragons with his friend, and I always wanted to play, but he said I was too young. So naturally, when I got older, I went ahead and bought it as a as a screw you, dad.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good screw you. I think it's one of those things where it's like, do I let my kid join because they're gonna slow down the experience? But then it's like, oh, this is too old for you, or it's too much. And then you get older and play, and it's like, this isn't complicated at all.
Yeah,
I could have figured this out after a game or two.
yeah. I mean, I looked at it and I was like, okay, yeah, I could have picked it up, but I get it. I
Yeah.
was like, I think maybe 6 or 7 at the time when I
Hmm.
was trying to play that with him, so I get it.
Okay, so you're not, I would say, the newer generation of people who play video games that have been playing it since they are out the womb. The only reason I say
Yeah,
that is there's pictures of me when I was 2 or 3 with a PlayStation 1 controller in my hand. I don't remember playing those games, but there's pictures out there of me playing Tomb Raider or Frogger or something like that. And so
yeah.
you started getting into gaming around 8, 7, 8, 9 years old. So have you always been?
Yeah,
So would you say that playing that Genesis is what kind of got you into computers and wanting to work in software?
I mean, pretty much everything in general. I think video games were a natural progression for me because
Mm-hmm.
I actually, since about second grade, put it this way, in second grade, I was teaching the teachers how to use the computers
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
was always into computers in general. Um, I mean, beyond that, at school, I would play like the typical Oregon Trail and all that good stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, it was that console that really got me into it, and I think the console itself, me being able to play that, kind of reinforced my love of computers
Mm-hmm.
because I eventually tried to code for a while, and I kind of got into all different facets, and of course now I'm into voice acting because of it.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of like computers and video games were like my gateway to so many more other things that I do in my life.
That's that's awesome. How long have you been coding? I've tried to code before, and that gets my head spinning like an owl. I
I am
cannot figure it out for the life of me.
Yeah, no, I am thankfully retired from that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
retired after probably about my infinity night of standing up or sitting down, staring at the screen with a bottle of balls BAWLS. This
Yeah,
is before most people's time, probably, but
yeah.
before Monster or Red Bull were a thing, you drank the caffeinated beverage known as balls, which also I thought was funny that they were in a ribbed glass called balls.
Yeah, they were doing something with that.
They were definitely, they
They
knew
knew
what they
what they
were
were
doing.
doing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd be sipping on those all night trying to figure out, okay, what was going on. I would miss like a semicolon on line 231, and I'm like, and then I'd fix it, and then another error would come, and I'm like, okay, this is not for me. I don't have the patience for this. So I just do HTML. That's about as advanced as I get anymore. That's so.
Okay. And with the games you play, I mean, in your current day, because I know we're talking about a lot of, playing your Genesis and playing those older consoles. I guess what do you play in your now? Do you play more PC? Do you play more on a console? Or do you even play more on a mobile phone? If I really looked at it, I probably play more on my mobile phone than I actually do any other console.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I don't play much on my mobile phone beyond, honestly, it's solitaire. For me, I need that bigger screen,
Okay.
so it's a lot harder for me to play on the phone. I have been looking into the Backbone though. That does look pretty sweet, so
Those
I
look
might try that out.
badass.
Yeah, so I've been looking into that, but yeah, for the most part, for me, it's mostly PC now. I had a PS5 and an Xbox. Uh, Sold the Xbox because I wasn't playing it anymore. Now have lost the PS5 in the divorce. So you have to talk about kids and you got to talk about tech when you're getting divorced. Who
Okay.
gets what, right? So she kept the PS5, so I started playing more PC now, and I'm really just looking into, bringing my catalog into the PC instead. So
Okay.
starting to get there.